My name is Johnny Williams, and he just asked me a question about when I got into, imagine, the drug game. The drug game was introduced to me by a friend that worked for me. I had a janitorial company before I got into the drug game. Donald was a friend of mine. We grew up together, and he was working with me at the janitorial company we had. But he was selling drugs. He was selling heroin. But that was his business. He was making his hustle. You know, we didn't think too much of that as being bad, you know, because it wasn't like it is today. We looked at it as being a business, an illegal business. Anyway, he was also on the drug. He was on heroin. So I was always asked, I said, Donald, you make a lot of money, but you don't never had no money. So he explained to me about what was going on. I saw it, but because I wasn't into the game or the use of it, right? I was like naive. I didn't know what was going on in a sense. I just knew he had a lot of money one moment and then he's broke the next moment. So I'm trying to think, where's this money going to? So he asked me for a loan a couple of times to help him get a package again. So I understood that part of the game. So even with that, when I loaned him money, I still didn't get my money back a couple times. I kept loaning him money but never get my money back. So one day I said, John, look, I'm going up with you, right? I'm going to take care of the money part of it. So at that time I was introduced to the guy. And from then on, I always got the package. So I just made a business I saw better. I just thought I could do it better than my buddy Donald. Anyway, I saw it as a business. I saw the way how to make money because I saw him make money. So I thought to myself, I said, well, here's a way I can get financial, stability where I can myself help somebody. Because all my life I wanted to help somebody. Don't ask me why. I always did. It was just a second nature to me. Like, help somebody, do something for somebody. That's a godly thing for me to do. You know what I mean? When you speak about godliness. Anyway, I says, it's going to be a joy in my life. Because the first time I ever helped somebody, I felt real good about it. But anyway, I said, okay, we live in a neighborhood where most people enjoy going out because that's the only thing affordable to us to go out to a bar. That's why Atlantic City had a lot of bars. But they didn't have a lot of decent bars. Not a lot of bars that you'd be, glad to go to. Bathrooms clean. The whole place was cleaned up, right? Anyway, I said to myself, here's a dream that I can make come true. You know what I mean? I was brought up in bars, so I had my own concept about what bar I could get and make it like I wanted to be. So anyway, I started selling drugs and I was making a lot of money. Anyway, I got like stuck in the game because it was like a lot of glamour to it. You know what I mean? It was like the glamour. You wanted to get dressed up. You wanted to wear the finer clothes. And these things was happening for me. Even with me taking good care of my family, these things was happening to me. And I think somewhere, now that I look back, I got in a game that I liked and I shouldn't have liked. You know what I mean? I liked because for the longest time, as blacks, we grew up that we insecure. We not sufficient about anything. We have no very importance of our life. You know what I mean? It's not like we have a real value because we black, or generally. So most of the world don't think of us like, of same equal. So yeah, we feel somewhat, insecure about ourselves or inadequate about ourselves because of that position. But I felt good now that I'm making this money. You know what I mean? One time, at one point, I've got a big nightclub. I'm 20-some years old. I got a nightclub. I'm driving a Rolls Royce. I got a Mercedes. One time I had a Lamborghini. But what I'm saying is, these things excited me. So I lost a true concept about what I'm supposed to do with this chance in life. Because that's exactly what it was, a financial chance. Maybe illegal or legal. It was a chance for me to make money in a situation where I could do it and get out of it. And I didn't. I got involved with the life itself. I was already involved with the financial aspect of the game. But I veered off and got into the seedy part of the game. You know what I mean? And it's something not to get into, believe it or not. If you can keep a concept that that's what you can do, make some money, get out of it. I don't even condone that. You know what I mean? I don't endorse that. Because he's selling drugs. And drugs is one of the black people's downfalls in life. You know what I mean? When I thought about it years and years later, it's like you can't do that. It's an ugly life. It's an ugly life all around. Yeah, there's financial benefits. But look what happens. There's a choice that you can make when you're in that game. There's death, prison. There's two choices. If you stay in the game, either death or prison, one or the other. Or maybe some type of fatality. Not fatality, but let's say Because you don't get, yeah, because you can get killed. Like I said, you know, death can come. But then there's chance you could get hurt. You get robbed and get hurt. You don't face death and you don't face prison. But yet, because you're in the game, you subject yourself to things that you don't want to be a part of. You know, when you realize what's going on. If you want a family, even if you want to have like a good life for yourself or a decent life for yourself, you cannot get in that drug game and playing that game like it's a game. It's not a game. Not that type of way, because you can lose your life or prison, or even worse, you can still stay alive and be screwed up for the rest of your life. But the drug game is nothing like it. When we was coming up, it was all adults. It was like adult drinking a liquor, you know, just going to a bar, and instead of having the drink, you have a one-on-one or whatever, right? And we didn't look at it, the ones that were involved, didn't look at it as a bad thing. Hollywood stars was doing it, governors was doing it, mayors were doing it, so it wasn't a big thing. But as it went you know, further and further into time, people that was coming up didn't have the doing this and being responsible. You know what I'm saying? They were making fast money. Didn't really know anything about life. Just knew that, well, now I'm a ghetto prince, or I'm a ghetto queen or whatever, right? So now we're into the game to a point where we don't care about none of the morality part of it or the respectful part of it. We just doing it. You know what I mean? We shooting up, and some of them like to be gangsters, some of them weren't gangsters. But the majority of the people in the drug game are street kids that don't know no better, so they take the gangster way of it. It makes the game real bad because they kill people, you know what I mean, or they disrespect people. So that it's nothing like the game we were into. We respected everybody. You know, it wasn't a point about disrespecting somebody. You can't do that. That's what it's about. It's about making money. It's about making money. But it's not like that now.
What was the picture like in Atlantic City with the drug game around that time? Was it prevalent?
Not really, not really. Heroin was. Heroin, because we had a lot of addicts, you know what I mean? But we had a lot of coke users, but no children knew about it. None of the neighborhood kids knew about it. The adults that were out in the street. Now a whole lot of adults that were like not in the game, they didn't know about it either, because you didn't carry it. There was no telltale sign if I was snorting cocaine, or maybe even a person that was basing. Back in those days, you didn't. You know, people still wore nice stuff. People kept their weight up. People looked good. People was glowing regardless if they were sniffing or smoking, whatever. But it's not that way today. You know what I mean? It's all totally different. So at that time, nobody really knew about it, because it really wasn't like that. You know, on a prevalent scale where it was just flowing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that at all. A select few people that went out, even all the people that hung out in bars, didn't use, you know, cocaine or heroin. They just drank. You know, some smoked reefer. But it was only a few people that actually got involved with the cocaine or the heroin. A lot of people got the heroin because we had a lot of addiction. And that's one reason why they started some type of, you know, community thing where they had a therapy for the people, you know, in-house patient, outpatient. But it would start getting bad. It would start getting bad for the heroin people. Cocaine was very laid back. It was a quiet thing, you know, party thing. You did this when you went to a party. But anyway, no, it wasn't that way.
Was the drug dealers then still getting it from New York? Was that the main connection?
Well, wherever they was getting this from, I don't know. I really wasn't into other people. I was always protected of what I was doing. So the less I knew, the less they could force me to say.
But was you getting yours from New York?
I was getting mine from New York. And at that time, that was the place to get it. That was the harbor that they was bringing the good cocaine into. But
so for a key back then was what?
$24,000.
Easy make your money back.
Easy. But there's always some, you know, consequences about it. Easy money.
Was would you step on the coke once you got it?
Listen, you are allowed to, believe this or not. I used to have a person named Jamie. He used to test my cocaine by actually shooting it, you know, streamlining it. So you get the results right away and end up full, you know, potency of it, you know, by injection. That's why most people inject. Heroin users, cocaine users, they like to inject it direct because you get a better whatever, right? And I take him with me. Wherever I go, when I was going to cop, I take him with me. And he'd tell you real fast, put a 4 on it, I swear to God. Oh yeah, he said, put a 4 on it. and the stuff was good even at a 4. Now, I mean, I'm laughing because it was funny back in those days, but now I see it in a different aspect. You know what I mean? I see it in a different light. But anyway, yeah, he said put on a 4, and after that it was always the same, because the boy I was doing business with, he was a Colombian, and whatever he said, that's exactly what it was. So we just went on his word, and most of the time after a while,